And what did you initially think when you heard that Mike Tyson was going to be getting in the ring with Jake?
I was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble because, you know, Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great headshots. And, you know, we'll just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. I'm hoping that he'll do that.
Lennox Lewis believes Jake Paul stands no chance against Mike Tyson, arguing that Tyson's power would be too overwhelming for him. Iron Mike was known for his power and for finishing off his opponents in the shortest possible time. But now close to 60 years old, he faces a young man, Jake Paul, who is not yet 30, which is why there are doubts, although legend Lennox Lewis has already sentenced the YouTuber. When Lennox Lewis first heard about Mike Tyson facing Jake Paul, he believed Paul would be in serious trouble. Lewis highlighted Tyson's power and precision, especially with body and headshots, making him a dangerous opponent. While acknowledging the challenge of Tyson's age, Lewis was confident that Tyson could still handle the task and hoped he would execute his skills effectively in the ring.
And what did you initially think when you heard that Mike Tyson was going to be getting in the ring with Jake?
I was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble because, you know, Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great headshots. And, you know, we'll just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. I'm hoping that he'll do that. It's a task. You know, it's hard to box at when you're that old, moving around the ring, throwing punches, getting punches thrown at you. But I think he can handle it.
Lennox Lewis stated that Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself and is facing an opponent who isn't as skilled a boxer as he is. He highlighted Tyson's ability to throw powerful punches and break down opponents, adding, "I'm more concerned about the other guy than Mike Tyson."
Yeah, I mean, Mike Tyson knows how to defend himself, and he's boxing against a guy that not as good as boxer as he is, and Mike Tyson knows how to throw a good punch. He knows how to break you down, so I'm more concerned about the other guy.
In a recent interview, Lennox Lewis stated that Mike Tyson's style is simple but effective. He comes to knock you out. Lewis emphasized that Jake Paul's challenge will be avoiding Tyson's power and his strong six-punch combinations, as Tyson is a true fighter.
I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, you know, Mike Tyson, what he does is two-dimensional. He's going to come at you, trying to knock you out. Now, you got to try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations. So those six-punch combinations, he has to make sure. I'm talking Jake Paul. Make sure that he's not in the way of those punches because Tyson's a real fighter.
Lennox Lewis commented that he recently saw Mike Tyson working out, and despite being 57 years old, Tyson still has it. Lewis noted that Tyson's eyes and body show he's still in shape, adding that Tyson can throw and take punches. He's doing something he's used to, Lewis concluded.
We saw him working out the other day. He's 57 years young. He still got it. He still got it in his eyes. He still got it in the body.
Oh yeah, no, Tyson can throw a punch, he can take a punch, so, he's doing something that he's used to.
Lawrence Okoli expressed concern about the fight, noting that while Mike Tyson is much older, it could still be dangerous. He pointed out that Jake Paul might be eager to claim a victory over a legend like Tyson, which made him worried for Tyson. Okoli concluded that it would be interesting to see how the fight unfolds.
I think it's still going to be dangerous. I'm actually quite worried because Mike Tyson's a lot older, and Jake Paul's the type of person that I think he would love nothing more than to be able to say I knocked out Mike Tyson and blah, 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 blah. So I'm quite worried for Mike Tyson, but let's see.
Carl Froch criticized the fight, arguing that Jake Paul isn't a real boxer and lacks the skills of a true pugilist. He predicted a one-sided bout with Tyson struggling against Paul's youth and likely losing in 4 or 5 rounds. While Froch acknowledged Paul's success in making money and appealing to his audience, he called the fight a disgrace for boxing, saying it reflects poorly on the sport. He also took a jab at Paul's marketing, particularly the success of the Prime drink, but attributed it more to Paul's brother than Jake himself.
I've said it many times before, Jake Paul cannot box. He's not a pugilist. He swings away. He's absolutely useless. No. It's just a shame that it's come to this.
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely fantastic if Tyson goes in there and puts a whooping up on and lands a couple of shots, and that's probably half the sell. People are going to buy it thinking, oh, what if Mike Tyson catches him? But the reality is, I don't think he's going to be allowed to catch him. I think it's going to be a one-sided whooping, and Jake Paul's going to beat him probably in 4 or 5 rounds because Mike Tyson will get absolutely knackered and probably fall over. So what do I think of the fight? I think it's a disgrace. Listen, they're all making money. I've got no problem with Jake Paul making money. He's got his teeny bopper demographic audience that buy into his bullshit and think he's the best thing since sliced bread, drinking that poison, that prime bullshit in the drink that's fucking horrible. But what a marketing genius that was. I think it's more his brother than him. But still, the fight shouldn't be happening, and it's bad for boxing.
Roy Jones Jr. stated that if Mike Tyson is in shape, he could potentially knock Jake Paul out. But at 58 or 59, Tyson's timing isn't what it used to be. Jones suggested that Tyson should go for an early finish, as the longer the fight goes, the more dangerous Paul becomes, especially if he finds his rhythm and gains momentum. Jones also noted that while Paul has a powerful right hand, that's his only real weapon, and if Tyson doesn't let him get comfortable, he can avoid danger.
You know, it's me. I think if Mike is in shape enough to go the rounds, he probably could put Jake out at any time. But of course, being 58, 59, how old he is, his timing ain't the same. So it's quicker for him to go get it over with fast than it is to wait a long time, because if Jake get in and get his rhythm, then he can get the momentum and can be problematic for Mike down the line. But if Mike go out there and just say, you know what, I'm just gonna go and go balls to the wall to get over with, that's the best thing he can do.
And if Jake ain't got nothing else, he got a right hand.
Of course he does.
He ain't got nothing else, he got a right hand.
That's why I say if you let him go get comfortable, he gonna become dangerous.
Yeah.
Adam Smith acknowledged the competitiveness and challenge of Jake Paul's pursuit in boxing, which he found admirable. However, he expressed concerns about Mike Tyson, saying that at his age, Tyson shouldn't be in the ring. While Tyson still possesses incredible hand speed, his legs and body no longer function as they once did, making it risky to face a fit and strong opponent like Paul. Smith noted that despite Paul being far from Tyson's level, the fight remains an oddity that will draw attention.
It is real, and it's a challenge, and it's a big competitive nature, and I think they've got that. And Jake Paul's trying to do something in boxing, which is admirable. The thing about this fight, and the cynics are all out, because Mike Tyson, should he be in the ring at this age and this stage? The answer is no. He's got incredible hand speed still. We've seen that on the pads, but the legs won't work like they used to. The body won't work like they used to. And it's worrying going in with a guy who's fit and strong, even though he was obviously, Jake Paul is nowhere near what Mike Tyson was. But it's a completely odd fight, but it's an oddity that's going to be watched, and we're all going to be sort of half looking at it.
Smith also highlighted the serious match on the same bill, Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, calling it a brilliant rematch in real boxing. He hoped that, despite the spectacle of Tyson versus Paul, the event would be safe, healthy, and ultimately a decent show without regret.
The thing I like about the bill is that Katie Taylor is fighting Amanda Serrano, so there is a serious fight. It was a cracker first time round. It's a brilliant rematch. So there's real boxing on the bill as well. But of course, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson is real, because they've got the gloves on, and anything can happen in the ring. And we just hope they come out safe and healthy, and we get a decent spectacle, and not something that we come to regret.
However, Jake Paul was recently spotted sparring in preparation for his upcoming fight against Mike Tyson. Videos showed Paul working on his technique and conditioning, aiming to sharpen his skills ahead of the highly anticipated matchup. As the fight draws near, Paul's intensity and training reflects his determination to prove himself against the boxing legend.
Don't charge at me, Tyson.
On the other end, Mike Tyson is also having a great camp. His coach, Rafael Cordero, praised Mike Tyson's training, noting improvements in his defense, power, speed, and endurance. He stated Tyson is fully prepared for a great show on November 15th, with the determination to go all out. Cordero emphasized that with just one touch, the fight could end, and the proof will come on fight night.
We have 16 days till the fight, so 17 days. So we're good. You're good. We're in the perfect time, we're in the perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. We're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready. We talk about Roy. Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought Roy. So 4 years later, with 58, today he's better than 54. So he saw everything right, everything wrong he did, and he fixed it. This is the beauty of the fight. The energy is good, and his energy is good. So
Brendan Schaub expressed confusion over the upcoming fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, arguing there's no clear advantage for Jake. If Paul knocks out Tyson, he's simply defeating an aging fighter. But if he loses, it tarnishes his reputation. Schaub suggested that a decision would be disastrous for both Jake and Netflix. He emphasized that the only real winner would be Tyson, who gains respect no matter the result, and speculated whether this fight could lead to other matchups, such as Tyson facing Logan Paul or KSI.
I love Mike Tyson, love Jake. I hope it crushes, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out the upside to this. Let's go through the scenario here. If you're Jake, so you knock him out, horrible, dude. What the f? You just beat up an old man. You get knocked out, they told you this guy's a joke. You get beat up by a 58-year-old. The third scenario here is it goes to decision. That's a disaster and nobody's coming back. That's a disaster business-wise for Netflix. It's a disaster for Jake Paul. What? Went to decision with 58-year-old Mike Tyson. The only person who wins is not Netflix, not Jake Paul. Mike Tyson wins. He can do no wrong. He gets knocked out. He's 58. Still getting paid. He beats Jake Paul. Yeah, all the old guys are like, yeah, daddy. Goes to decision, Mike Tyson wins. For Netflix, dude, I don't know. Let's say Mike Tyson wins. What are you going to do? What's next? Mike Tyson and then Logan Paul to revenge his brother? And then they Mike Tyson, KSI? That's the business model? Okay.
Jake Paul's sparring partner, DeAndre Savage, weighed in on the upcoming fight, recognizing Mike Tyson's legendary status, but noting the considerable age gap. While he expressed hope that Tyson wins, Savage admitted he doesn't believe it will happen, citing the effects of age. He also suggested that the fight is more about Tyson securing a lucrative payday than a truly competitive match, and doesn't expect it to meet the hype surrounding it.
Mike is Mike, but you know what I'm saying? The age. It's the age difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope Mike win. You know, I do hope Mike win, though. I do hope Mike win. But I don't think so. I think the age, you know, I think it's just a payday. I think it's a big payday, you know. I don't think it's gonna be the fight everybody expecting it to be.
American professional boxer Le'Veon Bell acknowledged Mike Tyson's impressive abilities for his age, but expressed confidence that Jake Paul would come out on top. While recognizing Tyson's skill, Bell emphasized that Jake has shown strong dedication and focus in his training, suggesting that these factors give him the edge in the upcoming fight.
Slowly but surely, he can run, but he cannot hide.
You think he beats Mike Tyson, or you think Mike Tyson puts him out?
I think he beats Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson obviously he gonna look great, I think, for his age and things like that. But you know, at the end of the day, Jake Paul been doing this. He locked in, so I think he got it right now.
WWE wrestler Dominic Mysterio expressed his support for the Paul brothers, noting that he had appeared on Logan's podcast and would love to team up with him as a tag team. While he had met Jake a few times, Mysterio emphasized that you can't underestimate Mike Tyson, recognizing him as one of the greatest boxers of all time. Dominic admitted he was conflicted about the fight, but humorously said that if forced to choose, he'd pick himself.
I'm a fan of the Paul brothers. You know, I did Logan's podcast. Hopefully, I'd love to be a tag team with Logan one day, because like we could be the most hated tag team. Met Jake a couple of times, but at the end of the day, you can't count out Tyson. Tyson's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. You know, and his power. I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on this one. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick myself.
In a recent interview with pro boxing fans, Eddie Hearn criticized the potential Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, calling it disrespectful to boxing. He expressed his reluctance to see Tyson, one of his all-time heroes, step into the ring at 55, describing him as a shell of his former self. Hearn questioned how anyone could consider it appropriate for Tyson to fight, especially given his decline 20 years ago, and stated that the spectacle just isn't something he supports.
Because I think it's just disrespectful to the sport, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch one of my all-time favourite fighters, one of my heroes, I guess, in a boxing ring at 55 years of age, physically a shell of what he once was. I'm not saying abandon the fight. I'm just going, not for me, mate. I don't want to watch it. So, like, when he finished boxing 20 years ago, he was shot. Agreed? Like, I know you don't upset anyone, but everyone agrees with that. So you think that 20 years on, it's okay for him to go back into a ring? Even against Jake Paul, it doesn't.
Freddie Roach expressed confidence in Mike Tyson's chances for his upcoming fight against Jake Paul, despite the 31-year age gap, Tyson being 58. and Paul 27. Roach believes Tyson's vast experience and skill will give him the advantage, pointing out that Tyson's training and deep understanding of boxing strategy will enable him to counter Paul's youthful energy and unorthodox style effectively.
You know, I used to train Tyson, and I like Mike a lot, and he does come by my gym once in a while to say hello and visit and stuff, and then all of a sudden this fight's coming up, and you know, it's a younger, maybe stronger man, but no, I can't say stronger.
Terrence Crawford, who believes Jake Paul has shown signs of improvement, spoke with Ariel Helwani on MMA Hour. The two-division undisputed champion praised Paul for his dedication to training, stating that he's no longer just a YouTuber, but a legitimate boxer. Crawford emphasized that Paul deserves respect for his progress and the work he's put in. Crawford further said that Jake is still in the learning process, but he has a good right hand. He stated, "A lot of people write Jake off, but Jake can punch with that right hand. He's got a nice right hand. He's building himself up just like a regular boxer. It's just like a professional boxer coming up in the rankings. They're not going straight to the champion. They're going to work their way up and fight the best fights that they can learn from. Not get beat, learn from. So right now, Jake is still in the learning process." Curtis Blades expressed his discontent with the fight, stating he wouldn't even watch it if it took place on July 20th. In an interview, he described the matchup as a joke fight and confirmed that he wouldn't be tuning in.
I will not be watching. I think it's a joke fight. You could tell just by how they've been interacting with the face-off and the press conference. That's not the Mike Tyson who's coming to rip your head off. That ain't Iron Mike.
Joe Rogan noted that while Tyson impresses with his mitt work, it doesn't represent the intensity of real training or fighting. He emphasized that Tyson's mitt striking, though noteworthy, fails to capture the full demands of an actual bout.
I don't know. He looks great on the mitts, but that doesn't mean that you know as much as I know.
Yeah.
I can look good on the mitts.
Yeah. I tell people that, like, bro, mitts doesn't show anything. Yeah.
Especially if you watch in 30-second clips. What you want to see is him sparring. You want to see him hitting the bag for multiple rounds. You'd want to see, like, let's see 3 rounds hard on the bag. I'm going to see what you could do. I want to see how your feet move. I want to see what it looks like if you're off balance when you're throwing combinations. Do you look like Tyson?
Nonetheless, Rogan believes Jake Paul will feel some level of fear when he sees Mike Tyson standing across the ring from him.
This is immediately he's in there with Mike Tyson. That Mike Tyson, at least for a round or two,
First time he
Mike
gets
Tyson.
cracked, it's gonna. I guarantee that his head's gonna be like, oh shit.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
How many rounds is it?
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
8 2-minute rounds.
That are 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think
Nice.
they're doing 2-minute rounds. Do they have 10-ounce gloves or 12-ounce gloves, Jamie? 14 ounces. That's so sparring gloves.
Bob Arum firmly stated that he sees no chance for 58-year-old Mike Tyson to defeat the much younger Jake Paul. He highlighted that the significant age difference and physical factors heavily favor Paul. Arum argued that Tyson's age and decline in athletic ability make it highly unlikely for him to win against an active fighter, stressing the challenges that come with aging in boxing, especially when facing someone in their prime.
Tyson and Jake Paul, what do you think of that fight? You're Brooklyn, I'm Brooklyn. Mike, at 58 years old, can he beat Jake Paul 30 years younger his age? The answer is no.
Ex-lightweight champion Anthony Crolla claims a Mike Tyson knockout of Jake Paul would make a lot of people in boxing happy. Crolla expressed that many in the boxing community would be thrilled if Tyson could secure a win. "I think it's a bit dangerous. We don't know what kind of place Mike Tyson will be in," he said. He looked great in the exhibition with Roy Jones, but Jake Paul could never lace Mike's gloves when anywhere near his best. He shouldn't be anywhere near him, Tyson. One thing about Jake Paul is he does train like a boxer. He puts the effort in and there's no denying the improvements. Crolla further added, "But I think it's so hard to predict because I don't know what Mike Tyson has left. He could go in there and blow him away in a round or so. Jake Paul has improved. Mike Tyson's age, it's a mad one. It's hard to even make sense of it. Mike's approaching 60. It's going to be either horrendous viewing or Mike Tyson would walk through him. And I think he'd make a lot of people in boxing happy." Randy Couture believes that Tyson still possesses the knockout power to defeat any opponent. After viewing training footage of Tyson, Couture commented that even at 57, Tyson remains fully capable of knocking out Jake Paul.
I mean, look at the training footage. That pop is still there. That explosive speed and power is still there. I think this, obviously he's still a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, but he's still got it, in my opinion. And though that bodes well for going out and this probably ending within the first or second round.
Michael Buffer believes it's going to be an interesting fight. Buffer says that even though Tyson feels confident going into this fight, it's not the right move for him to get in the ring at this age.
Yeah, Mike right now is a guy that's happy in his own skin. He feels good. He's 50-something, and this might not be the best thing for him. I think it's going to be 2-minute rounds. He still looks like a guy that if he hits you, he can knock you out. And Jake Paul has, while he hasn't cracked the top 10 of boxing, maybe he actually has as a cruiserweight. He's shown he's a great athlete, and he's got like a will to win. He really he fights to win. He doesn't go there to play games. So it's going to be an
Cuban-American baseball outfielder Jose Canseco expressed disbelief about the fight, saying if Mike Tyson is healthy and not under the influence, he believes Tyson could defeat Jake Paul in 30 seconds. However, he noted that if Tyson is injured or high, the younger Paul could potentially wear him down due to his stamina, but he still expects Tyson to win within 45 seconds.
Are you kidding me? I can't believe they were thinking about putting that on. I would go if Mike Tyson is healthy and Mike Tyson is not high, I hear he gets high all the time, I think Mike Tyson could destroy Jake Paul in 30 seconds. But if Mike Tyson is injured, he's not healthy, he goes in there ring high, Jake Paul, younger kid, has a lot of stamina, can wear Mike Tyson down. But I would say Mike Tyson within 45 seconds.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.